Have you ever listened to a Eurovision 2021 song and wondered, I wonder what book I should read that would give me similar feelings? I have the solution. This video is the solution. Hi, welcome to my video and my channel. This time I thought I'd do something other than monthly reading wrap-ups. And this is going to be recommending books you might like if you like a song from Eurovision 2021. So yeah, let's go. I'm not usually a big fan of Eurovision. I mostly don't watch it or don't listen to it, but I think this year there were a few pretty good songs. And a disclaimer, I'm not gonna try to pronounce any of the names of the performers because I would fail anyway. So it's not gonna be all countries because I didn't have that many ideas. So it's gonna just be 6, mostly in random order except for one. So the first country I'm gonna recommend the book for is Ukraine. I think the performance was really amazing, and it gave these kind of Slavic, a bit scary folk vibes. So for that, if you like that, I'm gonna recommend The Witcher by Andrzej Sapkowski. I bet you have all already heard about The Witcher, so I'm not gonna dwell on that a lot, but it's basically a fantasy series that starts with 2 short story collections and then follows with 5 novels plus 1 novel which was published later, and it's about a monster hunter named Geralt who lives in this kind of magical world inspired in part by Slavic culture. Some monsters are Slavic inspired, so if you liked Ukraine, read The Witcher. That would sound strange out of context, wouldn't it? Moving on, we have Italy, the winner of the Eurovision. This is more of a rock star, a bit dark plus sexy vibes. So for this one, I had a problem with coming up with a book to read, but I settled on Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, and it's a paranormal romance, YA romance, in which a girl called Nora meets a very charismatic and mysterious guy named Patch, and some paranormal events start to happen in her life. It's getting a bit dangerous. But so the book has very mixed reviews, so you might love it or you might hate it. And by mixed reviews, I mean if you go on Goodreads, it's like 1 star, 5 stars, 1 star, 5 stars. So but take a bit of a risk, won't you? And another funny thing is that I realized that one of my friends introduced me to both Italy's performance, because she sent me the link to the song, and that's why I started listening to the Eurovision songs in the first place, and to Hush Hush, which is one of her favorite books of all time. So this one's dedicated to you. Okay, so Italy, Hush Hush. Moving on, we have another rock slash metal performance that is Finland, which I really loved. The performance. So I went with Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson because, and hear me out, you're gonna like it, the magic system in this series is based on metal. One of the characters, Kelsier, has this kind of rebellious streak. He really loves rebelling against authority, and he doesn't respect it at all. So I thought the vibes would be similar. And in general, it's a very good series and a great introduction to Brandon Sanderson. So if you like Finland's performance in Eurovision 2021, try Mistborn. Okay, then we have Russia. And Russia, apart from giving this, similarly to Ukraine, Slavic vibes, gave me, it was very feminist. It talked about Russian women, so I thought a great series to recommend would be the Grishaverse as a whole, because, first of all, Ravka is inspired mostly by Russia, so it fits culturally. And the second thing is there are so many wonderful female characters in this. Like the main three that I'm thinking about now are Zoya, Genya, and Nina. We're all Ravkan, so Russian. And they have such wonderful character arcs. They are very distinct characters, but all are very strong and really, really great. So if you like reading about strong female characters in a Russian-inspired setting, the Grishaverse is the thing for you. Next we have France. This performance was different from all the previous ones because it was very poetic, I'd say, and very emotional on a personal level. So for that, I would recommend, if you like France, read Adi LaRue, The Invisible Life of Adi LaRue by V.E. Schwab. It's 600 pages of basically the same sentiments. This will to be noticed and not forgotten. And the main character is from France, so that's a bonus. That's also a YA fantasy book in which the main character is cursed or not cursed. Well, she wanted that, but of course is always the case of be careful what you wish for. And she is basically immortal, but everybody forgets her as soon as she walks out the door. So and it's also very poetically written. It has a very beautiful language, so I think that if you like France, you might like this. And finally, we have my absolute favorite performance of this year's Eurovision. It didn't win, but it should have. I mean, the rest was great, but it should have won. Iceland. And it's just so wonderfully weird and funny and not taking itself too seriously, with great humor and really great quality. So for that, I'd recommend The Discworld by Terry Pratchett. Pratchett is one of my absolute favorite authors. Nobody does humor as well as him, and his books are a bit weird but really well written and really compelling. So I'm not going to recommend a particular book for this, because there are some sub-series in the Discworld, but maybe don't start with The Color of Magic, which is chronologically the first one published, but it's not the greatest representation. I think that maybe Tiffany Aching fits the Iceland vibes the most. I don't know, or The Witches. Yeah, so basically anything Terry Pratchett has written is great. Okay, so that's my book recommendations for Eurovision 2021 songs. I don't know why I keep doing this. Okay. And I realized all of those are fantasy books, but you cannot blame me because that's mostly what I read. So my most of what I read is fantasy, so naturally I tend to recommend it to people. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and have a nice day. Bye.